start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Hey guys, hey! Hey fragrance lovers! Long time no chat. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Melanie and this is Melanie's Lifestyle. If you're new here and you like the vibe, please consider like, sharing, and subscribe. If you guys saw my vlog that I put out, I believe last week, you would have seen that I took a break because I had surgery and I was recovering, and I'm gaining my strength back little by little. So with that said, guys, it's almost my favorite time of the year, spring, right? So we're going to discuss some fragrances, some of them newly purchased, because even though you guys may not have seen me put out videos, please believe that I've been purchasing fragrances. What else is new, right? I think I bought maybe 2 new fragrances that I have just been obsessing about. I had to give some of my other fragrances a break, so I'm glad that I have these new fragrances that can keep me occupied. So guys, let's get into it. The first fragrance that I'm going to discuss is not a new fragrance. It's a fragrance that when I first purchased this fragrance, I was so obsessed with it. And I love wearing this fragrance more in the spring, especially in the summer, because it just shines so well whenever it's just warmer, right? And I don't know where you guys are, but here in Atlanta, it's been 75 degrees. It's been in the 70s, most recently 75 degrees. So it feels like it's summer already. And this fragrance, guys, is Moonlight in Heaven from the House of Guerlain. Oh my goodness, guys. This fragrance is, it's aromatic, it's fruity, it's citrusy, it's a little lactonic on the dry down. In the top notes, there's like grapefruit, which you get, a little bit of pink pepper, some peach. So it's very fruity and citrusy in the opening. But then you have, like in the middle notes, there's some tuberose, there's also some orris and lactones. And then in the base as well, there's some vetiver, some tonka bean, as well as heliotrope, which gives it that great projection, kind of like this nutty facet to the fragrance. It's so beautiful. I love this one from Guerlain, guys. I typically, whenever I wear this fragrance, sometimes I layer it with Granada from the House of Memo. It is so beautiful. Just an amazing fragrance to wear this time of year. If you have, I almost forgot about this fragrance, guys. I have so many fragrances, and I kind of revisited this fragrance a week or 2 ago and just fell right in love with it again. It's so good. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent. And this one I just love to wear in the spring and especially in the summertime. So if you guys have this one, definitely pull it out. It's very aromatic and just wonderful this time of year. So the next fragrance, guys, is a fragrance from the House of Parfums de Marly. And this is a fragrance that when it first came out, I got a 5 ml sample of it and I was just so taken away. But I never purchased the big bottle, and recently I found a steal of a deal. I found a deal. And you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, you guys know I'm not going to be the first to get a fragrance. I like to get a deal, honey. Give me a discount. You know what I mean? It's got to be rare where I purchase a fragrance like as soon as it comes out. So this one, guys, is Caselli, and it's from Parfums de Marly. This is a floral, oh my God. It is a floral fragrance. It has rose in it, specifically Bulgarian rose, which you do get in the opening. And then there's red currant. Oh my God. Like, Growing up, I was used to this particular kind of rose fragrance, which I didn't really care for. But like I've mentioned before, when it came to rose fragrance, Delina was what made me fall in love completely with rose fragrances. And so once I knew they could do rose in that way, it was up and stuck, okay? And this fragrance is amazing. This is, so it has red currant, it has some floral notes as well as the Bulgarian rose, and then there's plum, frangipani, some mimosa in the middle notes, as well as vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood on the dry down. So it's creamy on the dry down. This is the most beautiful scent, and I think it's perfect for spring, hence the floral notes. But it is so beautiful. It is just an absolute gorgeous fragrance, and I have been so obsessed with it since I've purchased it. And so guys, for me, this is one of those fragrances that when it comes to spring and summer, this is definitely going to be in the rotation. Of course, you guys know how much I feel about Valleja as well as Miliora. Those fragrances are also perfect for this time of year, but I had to give those a rest, especially the way I have been going through Valleja. It's not even cute, guys. Like, I seriously have to slow down on that fragrance. So definitely check Caselli out. It is a beautiful fragrance for this time of year. The next fragrance, guys, is a fragrance that I've spoken about previously, but I definitely wanted to give this one some more shine, especially with the warmer weather coming in. And like I mentioned, here in Atlanta, it's been 75 degrees. This one, guys, is Oolong Cha X from the House of Nishane. This, guys, this is, oh, it is a citrusy, green, aromatic fragrance. It's, you get the greenness in the fragrance, but it's done so well. It's very bright and aromatic in the opening. And this, guys, do you know how some citrusy or fresh fragrances, they don't hold up with longevity? This one is beast mode. You really, really, really don't need to be heavy-handed with this fragrance because it's definitely X. It's beast mode. And it's going to hold up in the heat. It's going to be so refreshing. And for this time of year, I just find myself craving this kind of scent profile, because here in Atlanta, it can be really, really overwhelming sometimes. So Oolong Cha, if you like the fresh, if you like citrusy fragrances, aromatic fragrances, this is going to be one of those fragrances that I think would definitely work well for you if you live especially in a kind of warmer place. So this one, it has in the opening, there's some bergamot, some yuzu, as well as some mandarin orange. Then in the middle notes, it has the green tea, and you do get that note. So it's kind of very relaxing when it starts to dry down. It's just so beautiful. It has some thyme, and then there's some musk and fig in the base. Gorgeous fragrance. Definitely is going to give you what you need when it comes to longevity. So check this fragrance out if you have not as yet. Oolong Cha X from the House of Nishane. The next fragrance, guys, is a fragrance that I've had for a while. It's one of my faves from the house. I believe it actually was my first purchase from the house, and this one is Bal d'Afrique from the House of Byredo. This, guys, is such a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance, especially this time of year. It's citrusy, it's aromatic. It's, if you like that clean, fresh profile, this definitely has to be in your rotation. It's so good. It's a little woody as well on the dry down. And so in the opening, there's some Amalfi lemon, which gives you this citrusy scent profile. And then there's also bergamot, there's blackcurrant, and African orange flower. And in the middle note, there's violet and some jasmine. And then in the base, there's some vetiver, which you do get the vetiver on the dry down, as well as some musk, amber, and Virginia cedar. So that's what gives it this woodiness as well. But the composition of this fragrance, I think it's done so beautifully with the citrus as well as the woody notes in the dry down. It just makes it so versatile. It's my favorite from the house, and I have to have this for summer and spring because it just gives you that refreshed kind of feeling. You know, whenever it's so warm, sometimes you just crave for something a bit lighter, a bit more aromatic, and this is definitely going to do it for you. Balderfreak from the House of Byredo. So last but not least, certainly not least, is a fragrance that I've always wanted to purchase, but I'm not a huge fan of the house. Like, I love specific fragrances from the house. And so when I saw this at the price that it was, I had to snatch it up. I had to snatch it up. And this one, guys, is Greenwich Village from the House of Bond number 9. And guys, this fragrance, oh, I'm sure everyone probably knows about this fragrance already. This is a bit Baccarat-esque, you know? It has like this freshness to it. There's also some floral notes as well. It has some fruitiness, which it starts out with in the opening. There's some lychee as well as peach and tangerine in the opening. And then in the middle notes, it has the florals, which is the lily, peony, and jasmine. And the base notes, there's some ambroxan, which gives it great projection, and musk, vanilla, and oat moss. It is so beautiful. It definitely is a bit reminiscent of Baccarat, and it's just a gorgeous fragrance to have this time of year. It's going to give you that freshness. If you like the clean scent, it's going to give you that, as well as it's going to hold as far as longevity. You'll get about 5-6 hours. This is a good one. And like I mentioned, I don't have many from this house. I think this is my third, and this is so good, guys. I only get the ones that are top tier, because to me, Bond number 9 fragrances sometimes reminds me of just like a designer fragrance. And for the price, I really can't justify that. So with that said, this is one of those that you need to have on your list, especially if you're looking for something that's clean, that's fresh, and that's refreshing. That's gonna, give you all the feels when it comes to the warmer months. And so guys, on my bonus list, of course, if you've been watching this channel, you all know how much I love Musk Therapy. I love Paragon. And so those are other fragrances that you definitely could wear for this time of year if you're looking for something clean, refreshing, aromatic. If you want something that's going to be suitable and not super cloying, not offensive in the warmer months, these fragrances, guys, get your nose on them if you have not already. Thanks for watching, and leave me a comment and let me know what fragrances you just have to have as soon as it gets warmer. And until next time.